Quick note before we get started, timestamps are in the description. This video is sponsored by XTuga. Today we're taking a look at the RW2090 wireless in-ear monitoring system. This is a rack unit, so we're going to take a closer look at all that. Here is the instruction manual. Highly recommend you read that. You have the power supply. You have 4 of these cables. Really nice to have those on hand. You got 4 body packs, so each member of your band can have one and be in on the wireless fun. Nice little touch here. Each one of the body packs gets their own earbuds. We got 2 antennas to screw into the back so you can connect everything. And then obviously we have the unit itself, the RW2090. Here's a look at the front. We got some stuff going on the back here. And then we're obviously going to take a closer look at some of the sounds and stuff of the RW2090 by XTuga. So thank you once again, XTuga, for sponsoring this video. I greatly appreciate it. If you guys want to go check out the RW2090 for yourself, I got some links down there in the description. Let's go ahead and talk about this thing. So first and foremost, who is going to use a wireless in-ear monitoring system, especially one of this capacity? Well, this is for bands, really. If you're in a recording studio, you can use them there, especially if you're going in other rooms and you need to, listen to yourself. If you're playing live, if you're doing a live recording in a studio, it's a great way to kind of keep everybody hearing everybody clearly and everything. Maybe communicate, I don't know. If you're in a band on a stage, every band could use one of these on the stage, with it being so loud, the crowd cheering your name, all that kind of stuff. You're gonna have to hear yourself over all of that. And a wireless in-ear monitoring system is great for that. Church bands use these a lot. They usually use them in a smaller capacity, but I think this would fit in perfectly if you're a bigger group. So really bands are gonna be the one using it. And people, solo people can find their use for it too as well. So what I want to do really quickly before we try to demo this thing or try to give you like some sound clips and see what this thing can do is just kind of go over some of the features of it and kind of give you a brief overview of how to work this thing. Now again, you do get an instruction manual and I highly recommend that you check that out, but in case you're watching the video, here's how you'll use this thing. So first and foremost, you want to plug it in. I think this is kind of the biggest negative that I see to it. The power cable is very, very short. So I'm having to run it off an extension cable here to get it plugged in. But I think that's really the only negative because we're going to start with the unit here. And as you can see, it is plugged in. It is very solidly built. It is a rack unit. So you can tell it can be mounted into one of those big kind of tower things that have all the other compressors and all that other kind of fun rack stuff in there. I don't have one of those. I don't need one, but I digress. So when it's plugged in, I don't know if it should come on automatically, but if you need to turn it off without unplugging it, you can press this button over here somewhere. I don't know if you hold it down and it turns it off, but you press it once and it comes on. So it's a nice little like rubber button there. So this is where it's going to show your frequencies for your body packs, right? So here's one of the body packs here as I showed you in the unboxing. Something that's really cool about this. So I don't have any batteries in this right now, but it will come up with some numbers on here that should correlate with whichever channel you're trying to link these to. Now you can link 2 of these body packs to one channel. So if you want someone to hear the same thing that you're hearing, you can do that with one of the other body packs. You get 4 of these. But what's really cool with this one is, I don't know if you have to open this, but you just squeeze the little tabs on the side there. Right here where it says IR. If you look in the body pack here, you got that little red square right there that says IR. If you want to automatically get these synced up to the right frequency, you just tap that right there and it will change it automatically. And that is super duper handy. But if that doesn't seem to work for you, you can manually make the adjustments over here via these up and down buttons in the set and all that kind of stuff. And then there's your volume knob for each channel. Over here you have a headphone jack, you have a USB port, it does have Bluetooth built into it, and then you do have a pause play button and a reverse and fast forward button, all that kind of stuff. So I'm assuming if you link some music to it and you need to play it, pause it, all that kind of stuff, you have those controls on board the unit itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and unplug it so I can show you the back here. So the antennas do not come attached to this thing. You can unscrew them, and I've already obviously screwed them in just to kind of show you what it looks like as it's going here. You have these AF ports here. They look like XLR ports, so you can plug in XLR cables, but you can also plug in the provided, they just look like guitar cables or speaker cables. You can plug those into those as well. So they're dual imports or inputs, not imports, inputs. You can do that either way, whichever one floats your boat. Then you also have level knobs for left, right, all that kind of stuff right over here. That is where you plug in your power supply. You have a mix out for both sides. Then you have this pad button here, right there. I'm gonna read what they sent to me to kind of explain what the pad button does. To put it in layman's terms, I think it just cleans everything up. But over here in my email, it says the pad button controls 2 sets of Canon power input sources. So you press it to attenuate the overall input volume by 15 decibels. and you release it to cancel the attenuation. So press it in to activate it, press it again to pull it out and cancel it. It says which can avoid overloading to efficiently remove hiss. So to me, again, that sounds like it just cleans up the sound. This thing claims to have about 230 feet of range, so you'd have to have a fairly big stage to get any breakup between one of these. It says here too, the UHF signal transmission, again, I'm not very well versed in this, I'm just kind of reading what they sent me, 550.1 megahertz to 599.95 megahertz. So I guess that's really like your frequency range, right? Is that good? I don't know. Seems like a pretty wide range to me. Is it legal? That is something that I found out with these units, is that you can operate on illegal frequencies. I'm assuming it's legal, but check your local laws, I guess. So overall first impressions, the unit is solidly built. You get everything you need to get started here. And I'm gonna find some batteries for one of these body packs here, and then I'll do a range test, and then maybe I'll try to do like a plug-in and get some tone samples from my guitars and see if we notice any kind of noticeable difference in tone. Okay, so running a bit of an unconventional line here, but we're gonna do two tests. We're gonna do an in-ear test, so I'm gonna just play it and everything, play a guitar through this and just kind of report what I'm hearing, how it sounds, and then I'll try my best to use the pack with the headphone out, put it into my DAW, and try to replicate the sounds that I'm hearing. But I just want to do like an in-room, real-world test. Not that this is real-world, this is my fantasy land, but you get my point. So here's what we got. So we got two cameras going. I got the body pack here, but I got a camera back here on my setup with the XTuga RW2090 setup. I have a Joyo Bandamp Zombie on top of that, which is what we're going to be using as our test subject here. I'm going to be using my Epiphone SG Junior, my Youngblood SG Junior. If you want to go check out a video on any of that other stuff, feel free to do that. But here's how we're going to set this up. So with the XTuga body pack, the volume knob up here acts as a power knob. So when you turn it, you'll hear a click and it will come on. And then you should get the frequency range on there as well. Now coming over to camera 2, when you turn on the RW2090, again, you should see everything light up here. And then the body pack should match one of these channels. In this case, it matches channel 1. Now, for the in-ear test, I'm going to be using the provided earbuds. So you do get a set of these earbuds for each body pack, so you should have 4 of them. Again, I'm just going to plug these in and use these. Obviously, you can use your own headphones, your own in-ear monitors if you got them. So, but I feel like it's important to see kind of what they provide you. So this has got a metal clip on it, which is really cool. So I'm just going to clip this just kind of on the side of my shorts here, like that. It was easy to get on there. I'm just going to plug this in here, plug it into my ear, right? And I'll just throw the other one over here. So I'm only listening to one. All right, so I've got the guitar plugged in. I'm going to turn my amp on, and you can probably see on camera 2 there, as I strum, we do get a signal. So far, liking the way that it sounds. There's no latency, there's no like weird artifacts or anything like that. Sounds like you're just playing through some headphones. Doing this little quick test sounds pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off my amp, and then I'm going to go ahead and try to get this hooked up to my DAW and kind of give you guys a real world example of what I just listened to. So I was trying to think, like, how can I record it directly into my DAW? I don't know if I have the correct adapter for, you know, the headphone to 1/4 inch, all that kind of stuff. Well, I, in my genius ways here, have decided to just plug straight into my studio monitors. So we're just going to do like an open world test here. So I have the body pack literally sitting here on my desk. It's plugged into the studio monitors, and then I got camera 2 over there going again to, you know, all the same setup. Same guitar, same everything. This is essentially what I was hearing through the body pack. Again, you're hearing camera audio, but I mean... This is in a demonstration of my guitar playing skills, because let's face it, I don't have any. But I mean, just to hear the sound quality. Yeah, that's really nice. So you should not have any problems. Now again, I'm pretty close. I'm like maybe 4 feet away. This has a 230-foot range claim. I don't have 230 feet worth of room in here to do a giant range test like that, but no latency. No like massive shifts in tone from what I can tell. I know a lot of people sit and say, wireless kills your tone. No, it doesn't. Maybe to some degree if it's a cheaper unit. But at like $350, I would expect this thing to be pretty good, and it is. I can't hit that bend. There we go. Like I said, don't feel any latency, don't notice any massive tone shifts. I know this probably isn't the most convincing thing in the world, but trust me, it sounds pretty good. And the fact that you can use it wirelessly like this, super duper simple setup. I literally have the Joyo running out of the headphone jack into one of the AF ports in the back. It's as simple as that. Everything else just kind of falls into place. I really like this unit. So overall, what do I think of this unit? Well, I think that it would be a perfect, rather affordable option, but you're still going to be getting some kind of quality product. So if you're looking for something that you can afford, but are worried about it being quality, you don't have to worry about that with the XTuga stuff. It seems like it's pretty well built. It functions as advertised, and I'm not noticing any problems with it. Again, this is coming from somebody that isn't very well versed in the wireless in-ear monitoring space. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't know my stuff when it comes to audio and stuff, but I mean, this kind of stuff is kind of foreign to me. So if I can figure it out, I think you can figure it out pretty easily as well. I recommend it. Again, there are links down there in the description if you want to go pick one of these up. If you're looking for something to cover you and your band, again, if you have like a 4-piece, this would be perfect for you. Or if you have a recording studio where you have people coming in and you want them to be able to hear themselves over live recordings or things like that, I mean, I think that this would be a good option for you to at least explore. So thank you very much for checking out the channel and this video. And again, thank you XTuga for sponsoring this video. Please make sure you subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. There are links down there if you want to check out the RW2090 for yourself. And until next time, guys, y'all be safe. I'll catch you in the next video.